Back on the A6000, I unfortunately don't remember if I actually used a microphone for this camera or not. I'm guessing I didn't, because the only type of microphone that works with the A6000 is a hot shoe, or it's one where I need a microphone adapter, which I don't have. As you guys know, I got my laptop yesterday, which means I can start filming on the A6000 or jump back to the A6000, but that's if I have the time. Now, I do believe that it's going to be a lot easier now filming on the A6000, especially having filmed a week on the iPhone. So the angle wasn't right, but now with the Sony, where I have a 16mm focal length, it should be a lot wider, I hope. And right now, I'm actually headed to school. Yesterday, when I was there were too many people in line, but right now it's 9:10 and it's peak time actually for rush hour traffic. I will have to see what happens, and then after that I am going to go over to Best Buy, get some kind of housing for a GoPro 7 Black. I'm taking a look at a second-handed GoPro. Didn't need a brand new one because, again, as long as the camera works, as long as it can record in 1080p by 240 frames per second, then I'm completely fine. Just gotta survive through this traffic. Hopefully there aren't too many people in line, if there is a line at all, at the bookstore. Another thing why I'm filming on my A6000 and not on my phone is because I actually have a pretty long day today. As you guys know, and as I mentioned yesterday, I'm going up to the city tonight, and I don't know how late I will be out. Grab a cop. Somehow I just knew there would be a cop there, that's why the video cuts. I have 3 batteries for this camera. Unfortunately, this one's already at 56%, so I might have to charge it when I get home later on, but that's why I'm filming it on the A6000 and not on my phone, because if I'm filming on my phone and editing on my phone later on, my phone hits 50% by 1 p.m. That's why I'm not filming on my phone and risking filming on my A6000. 3 batteries, technically, unless if there's enough outlets in the hotel room, 3 batteries have to last me until at least tomorrow morning, because something else is also going on that the family is a part of tomorrow morning back down south. That's going to be exciting. On to the bookstore. Just left the bookstore. Turns out for my in-person class, there's an option to get a physical textbook and an option to get an ebook. With the ebook, I have to go actually on the school's website, buy the ebook for them to send me the code. I'm actually signed up for 2 classes this quarter. Well, no, technically 3, but I'm still waitlisted on the last one. I don't know if I'll get in or not. For the 2 classes that I have so far right now, both of them have ebooks available. So what I'm gonna do is, I just left the bookstore. The book for my in-person class, there's no used copies, and the used copy itself is already like, I think it was $83.50, and the new one is like $111.50. I'm not trying to spend $111.50 on a book that I might only use for this quarter. To me, it's not worth it. Ebook is only, I think, like 20-something bucks. For the other class, it's 50. And I mean, the other textbook, actually, there is a physical option. I have to have it shipped to my house for an additional shipping cost. To me, it makes no sense to get physical copies for both books when it's cheaper online. What I'm gonna do now is I'm gonna check Google Maps and see how long it takes me to get from my school to the cellar. After dealing with traffic, it took me about 20 minutes to get here, but I got it. Thank you to the seller. I got this. He said he only used it like once, I think. 50% off retail price. Best Buy sells it for $330. He sold it to me for $250. So that's a pretty good deal. So now all I have to do is go to Best Buy and find some kind of waterproof housing, and maybe even a microphone adapter, because actually maybe just the housing. I probably don't need the microphone adapter because I won't be using the audio from this. I'm only going to be using the slow motion for this. Got the GoPro, and let the fun begin. Just got to Best Buy after driving through traffic again, somehow in some way. Didn't get it on camera because I didn't realize that I don't have a tripod head screw, if that's the technical term. I don't know what the technical term is, but there's nothing on the GoPro. So trying to pick up some kind of housing for the camera to use for these next few days, just to see what kind of setup I can come up with. Got the waterproof housing. Wasn't able to get an unboxing of it on video because I was trying to figure out how to remove the protective lens cover, I think is what it's called, on the 7. And that, oh my god, that took a while. If it wasn't for watching some random video on YouTube using some ID cards or credit cards, I probably still would not have been able to get it off. I was doing that, how to order lunch. Right now it's 1:51. Between that time though, I was able to check back at the footage on what I captured on the A6000. Surprisingly, believe it or not, probably because the 7 Plus is newer by a few years, but the optical stabilization in the A6000 is worse than the in-camera stabilization of the 7 Plus. It's really weird, but the A6000 footage compared to the 7 Plus, if I had to compare, the A6000 is pretty much unusable. It's so shaky, I don't know why. I checked the menu, I checked the settings, the steady shot is on, so I don't know what the problem is. If that's the case, then I may as well just continue filming with the 7 Plus and just forget about the A6000. I can, and I probably will include the footage from the A6000 on the same Joby suction cup mount that I'm using right now. The footage from the 7 Plus looks much smoother than the footage from the A6000. Just wanted to let you guys know, and I am on my way to pick up lunch. We just got to the city finally. Going from 280 onto 6th Street was a pain in the. Then going from 6th Street to the hotel we're staying at was also a pain in the. It's only because today's Friday night. I did not expect the city to be this crowded, I guess. Just park the car for the night. It's pretty close to the hotel. We will see what tonight brings us. Taking the elevator down, not trying to take the stairs. This is SF at night. This is Mason Street, I believe. Union Square is this way, and then Westfield is down that way. If I remember correctly, Weston should be here around the corner. I hope it is, otherwise I am lost. If I had to be honest, the moon up top, if you were to do a portrait panorama going from high to low, this would look like an insane picture right here. Kind of like that in a sense, if that makes sense. Look at what we have here. Just got the room. Apparently we're on the 18th floor, and I'm not too sure. This is the hallway. I'm already lost. That's what he meant by going past the concierge and right into the hallway. Right now. Let's see. What happens is they have 5 elevators, and you have to type in your floor level and then tap the little sensor with your room key, and then they assign an elevator to you. But it's pretty much what the outside looks like. Yes. Hi, Pikachu. And yeah, so that's the skyline. Hello. Alright, now let's see what room you're in. Now this is different.
You actually have to press it.
Interactive screen.
Wait,
and
you
it
actually?
shows you
Oh, you don't have to press it.
the actual items that are in each section. Yeah, that's cool. We have the beef miso ramen, and I don't know what you got.
Chashu tonkatsu ramen.
There we go.